Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show and an all-new episode of Getting Burned, our review of USA Network's hit show Burn Notice. Join us as we dive into Season 4 of Burn Notice. And be sure to give us your thoughts on the series by sending us a tweet at Cinema Gold Show, or even send us a message on Instagram at The Cinema Gold Show. Thanks, and let's get started.
Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show with your host, Larry Leese. From the small screen to the big screen, we cover all the latest entertainment news. Join us on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube every weekday.
We have now entered Season 4 of USA's Burn Notice. The fourth season picks up immediately where the previous season left off. Michael Weston alone in an unknown location, reasons unknown. He soon meets his new handler, the mysterious and well-connected Vaughn, and Michael reluctantly agrees to work for him in fighting Season 3's big villain, Simon. Things quickly become complicated for Michael as he, along with Fiona and Sam, unwittingly burn a fellow spy, Jesse Porter, on Vaughn's instructions. Soon after, Jesse enlists Michael in helping him find who burned him, all the while unaware of Michael's own role. The introduction of Jesse into the already well-established dynamic of Michael, Fiona, and Sam is a tricky one, made more so by Michael's unintentional betrayal. Jesse's role rapidly causes friction within the group, as he is Michael's skills and confidence, and is not always ready to defer to him. Their power struggles also extend beyond the short-term jobs they take on in the larger mission to unravel Jesse's involvement in Vaughn's big picture. Jesse and Fiona often openly flirt, despite her relationship with Michael, making for an uncomfortable and sometimes antagonistic alliance. While Jesse and Vaughn are new additions to Season 4, they are by no means the last in a series of characters that would follow a complex web filled with shady organizations, government conspiracies, and disloyalties. Their first half of the season involves a great deal of connections and false leads that were often intentionally confusing and frustrating. However, the second part of the season proved to be much more thrilling and a satisfying payoff to what had come before. Season 4 does a nice job of bringing together both new and old characters, as well as carrying forward threads from the previous 3 seasons. Characters like Barry, the money launderer, or Nate, Michael's brother, and threads like the complicated relationships between Michael and his mother, and Michael and Fiona are incorporated well and often. Whether they be more plot-driven or personal in nature, these recurring characters and themes add another layer to what could have turned into a slick and superficial series. As there is now much more to draw from in terms of the show's history, the story grows richer and manages to maintain its initial charm. Burn Notice has always been able to make excellent use of its location shooting in Miami, as well as the small, stylish editing choices it employs. This season continues highlighting this strength while also adding another layer to the core relationships in the series. Michael, Fiona, and Sam, along with Michael's mother, Madeline, keeps consistently had outstanding chemistry. Yet in many ways, this season brought it even more to the surface. In keeping the secret of Jesse's burning and the eventual fallout from his discovering the truth, the emotional stakes within the group are heightened and tested. Loyalties are called into question, and Michael's independent streak manages to create more intense confrontations and problems, particularly in his relationships with Fiona and his mother. Despite the heaviness that hung over the season, Burn Notice is still a series that understands the appeal of levity and uses it wisely. Bruce Campbell's Sam is the obvious comic relief, yet the dynamic between Michael and Jesse is also sometimes given a lighter touch. Additionally, some of the returning villains from past seasons, such as Larry and Tyler, are given regular moments of humor that remind the audience Burn Notice doesn't take itself too seriously. That's not to say that the series isn't well written and executed. On the contrary, it's precisely in the straddling of the line between dark drama and light comedy that Burn Notice excels. Few series could inspire equal levels of investment and escapism in its viewers, while Burn Notice seamlessly does so. The fourth season may have had its share of large, overriding mysteries and twists, but it didn't abandon the smaller stories that always offered more insight into these characters and their motivations. It's a series that could easily spin into only focusing on the big picture stuff. But wisely, it stays true to the balance of professional spies at work and ex-spies for hire. In showing both sides, Burn Notice carves out its own little niche as a fun summer diversion and a solid, well-executed series all at once. And it's definitely worth buying the series on DVD because it comes with hours of bonus features, deleted scenes, featurettes, documentaries, and the commentaries are great on some of the episodes, particularly on this season finale episode, Last Stand. And that is our review of Season 4 of Burn Notice. Let us know your thoughts about Burn Notice so far. Have you watched the entire series? What did you think about the show? And in terms of reboots, as we've seen people do over the years, do you think we should have a Burn Notice reboot? Or perhaps maybe a Burn Notice movie? I mean, all the actors are still around. Let us know on Twitter at Cinema Gold Show, or on Instagram at The Cinema Gold Show, or send us a comment on Facebook. Just search Cinema Gold Show. Thanks for listening or watching, depending where you're coming from. And don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel or podcast by visiting your favorite podcast platform. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching The Cinema Gold Show. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to our podcast on all major platforms. Follow us on Twitter at Cinema Gold Show. And like us on Instagram at The Cinema Gold Show. Support the show by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, thank you for listening.